So guys, what we have here is this NASDAQ 100. But before you actually go, please click on the subscribe button, like, share, and you can also comment and be watching out for it. We would want to see this NASDAQ 100, the price, it will be the movement for it for the next day. To actually determine the movement for it the next day, try and predict where this NASDAQ 100 will be moving, we would have to roll back to the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame is actually the best time frame to actually analyze it from. So I mean, if you have to zoom it out of this recent move, is what we would be looking at. And what we can see on recent or this NASDAQ 100 is that this our NASDAQ 100 is actually on a bearish move, which means our NASDAQ is dropping, coupled with the fact that this NASDAQ 100 is now below the 10 period moving average on the weekly time frame. So basically, if you are to trade it on the weekly time frame aspect of this, we would want to look for a way to actually short it. Now take a look at this movement. This was a drop on our NASDAQ 100. We got a pullback. We also had a fall again. Then a pullback was actually made right on this weekly time frame on this NASDAQ 100. This is our lowest movement. So I mean, this is the lowest movement for this year. The price has actually gotten to before you actually have had the pullback. Now this pullback is over and we are having another drop again. So definitely we would want to have a drop to break below this lows. So if you see that once we add this impulse movement, so the huge impulse movement add a drop, a little bit of a correction, another huge impulse movement, we've had a little bit of correction, and definitely we're having an impulse movement, which means we'll be having more impulse movements, which will actually be dropping down. So we are expecting a good amount of drop on this NASDAQ 100. So actually, to get that right, we have to see it this way also. If you have to zoom in, we would see that we are having a drop on this impulse movement we are seeing. There's actually a drop here, then there's a pullback we had there, then another drop again, right? We've had another drop. This drop actually broke below this previous lows. So we are having a little bit of a green, right? But I still believe that by the end of this week, which this week we are seeing, this green you can see is for this week. So by the end, this price should actually show red and should have dropped. So basically, we are still expecting a bearish move on NASDAQ 100. Now downward to the daily time frame analysis from here. We see this an impulse movement. We had a correction here, came to the 10 period moving average, another impulse movement, and guess what? We had a correction. This correction actually came back to this previous pullback level. We had the pullback level at this area, then we broke below it, then price came back to test that area, and guess what? We are expecting another drop again. So basically, as we can see, it looks like we are having like a mini pullback, right? You can see we are having a mini pullback, which means we can actually see it this way. It should end here. The pullback should end at this area because we once had a pullback at this area. So now that we are having this pullback, it should end here. What we are expecting next on NASDAQ 100 is another drop again, which means for the next day we should be expecting a green candlestick. Today the price might close green, we don't know yet. The market's just open, so a lot of traders are pushing forth and back. But let's see this price for the next day. We should actually go red, and possibly for this week we should actually be able to take out this candlestick wick for this week. So daily time frame, we are also to go bearish. Now roll down to the 4-hour time frame, which would love to place this trade, which is the 4-hour time frame says we are bearish. So basically, since the 4-hour time frame is on a bearish move, then definitely we should actually look for a way to short it. Now this is an impulse move down. The correction was made. We had another impulse move here. Now we added this correction, and guess what? We are having another drop again. So for today and the next day, we should see we continue to go bearish. So it depends on where the price close. If in case price pushes up on this NASDAQ 100, then we should see it reject at this level on the 4-hour time frame. So if in case price just pushes up, tap this level, then we should see it drop, reject at this level, serving as a double top and drop. And if price does not go that way, then we should continue to go bearish on our NASDAQ 100. Above all, we are still expecting a drop for the next day on this NASDAQ 100.